Other than that, let's get into this really, really hot topic. Because the internet blew up with this topic, and I couldn't stop watching this whole thing, even though it's a 48-minute gameplay footage of Cyberpunk 2077. So let's go around. So I want to get Grim, your first impressions of this gameplay.
It looks absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically my first impressions, as you said.
All right, Bazinga.
I kind of want to play it. I have The Witcher. I just have never gotten it. I just haven't played it. But I only have Witcher 1 and 2. I don't have the new one. But no, it's pretty impressive, like what you can do in this game. Mm-hmm. And the it just looks really good.
It absolutely.
I don't even know how to like talk about it.
No, the one thing that I do have to say, and I wonder if you're going to agree, Bazinga, is that when you're going through the Metropolis, would you not say that Rockstar really has to up their game with the next GTA 5 if they're going to even slightly compete?
Oh,
well,
dude,
this is
not going.
It's a living world. It's a full living world.
Yeah, but there's no online or nothing for this game.
No, I know, but it's still a living city.
Not like that.
No, but it's a living city, though.
Hold up. They have not announced online, but about 2 years ago, there were people digging up that they have hired people for netcoding. And they don't have any other online games, so there's probably going to be something online.
Put in a PUBG system.
So you know what I mean. So back to the original question.
If it works.
Well, you saw in the demo how beautiful it works.
Well, yeah, but if it works is better than GTA, yeah, they got trouble.
Yeah, you saw how beautiful, like how interactions between people, and they said even the slightest things you do in the city will affect how the city actually stays living.
Now, can you just walk up to random people and punch them in the face?
Yes.
Oh man. But that does affect your game, too.
Yes, it does affect your game, just like it does like in Skyrim. There's only the game I can really think of that really affects you that big. Because this affects like every single.
Can you get to a groundbreaking moment for this trailer for me?
So anyway, the one thing, Grim. So I want to get your opinion about. Okay, so the storyline. You create your own storyline. So the development of the character, you create everything about your character, but your class, and you have to devise your class the way you play through the game. I think that's beyond original, and if more MMOs picked up on that,
that's not necessarily true though, because it's not that you're designing your class. You're just going to get access to abilities, and you get to pick what you want to have.
Yeah, depending on what you do.
But that's nothing special. Other people have done that before. Other people have done things where you just pick your skills and stuff. In fact, the original Shadowrun on Sega pretty much did that.
Kinda, yeah.
You went and bought what kind of enhancements you wanted to use. You started with a class, but you were free to get every enhancement that you wanted. The class only determined what, like, starting stuff you had.
Yeah, there's no class at all.
Rebounding bullets.
No, that's the difference. The only difference is there's no class, but I'm expecting it's probably a karma point system where you put points into your karma, just like the original thing.
Oh, yeah,
There's nothing special about that. There's nothing special about this game from the gameplay perspective. It's just that it's going to be such a deep and rich world, and how they put it together. It's basically just a shooter with hopefully the deepest RPG elements you could possibly get.
Well, I love the fact that I forget what there was one other game that did this where it shows like hit points when you shoot people instead of the actual percentage, which I love because that gives a real RPG feel to it. There was one other game that did that, but I can't remember what the hell it was called.
Deus Ex did something like that.
Yeah, Deus Ex did it. That's right. Yeah. And I don't know anybody else out here did anybody here ever read Neuromancer?
No.
Okay, Neuromancer is the book that was written in the late 80s that coined the term cyberpunk. It was the first time it was ever used, and it was invented by William Gibson, the actual word.
My dad told me about
Did you say the late 80s?
The late 80s.
Because I'm pretty sure Cyberpunk got the label from that from what do you call it? Blade Runner, which is early.
No, Blade Runner didn't use the word cyberpunk though. It was not until
the fan base did.
No, they didn't. No one used the word until no one actually used that word until William Gibson wrote it in Neuromancer, and then it became mainstream because he's such a popular like a big mainstream like sci-fi author. So and if everybody's ever read Neuromancer, it's actually a lot like Matrix. It's actually kind of what Matrix is based off of, but if you ever want to check that out. But just the living world in general, like obviously the first things that came to mind when watching this trailer was Altered Carbon because wasn't that long ago I read that.
You know what comes to mind?
And I love
see this?
Cyberpunk.
You know what comes to mind when I first see this? Perfect Dark. Perfect
Dark.
Perfect Dark. That's what it looks like to me. Like it looks like it's like a Perfect Dark game, but it looks like it's an open base, like larger. It's a large.
Well, the only difference is Perfect Dark was based in a utopia, and this is based in a cyberpunk future.
Yeah.
Well, I understand that,
And
but
Perfect Dark is also wasn't at all any RPG element at all. This
Well,
is
yeah.
I don't want no freaking RPG element. Like I can deal with the things on top of their head, whatever. But if I had to freaking like pick like 10 different things and make a person, no.
Then this game's not for you.
So the one thing that I want to get also on the fact that the equipment basically. It's like cyber gear you would normally see, but it's like has all these different attributes. Like she's looking through a closet and she can see different clothing with different things. And this right here, this is actually really cool. You can jack into your enemies, like basically into their brain and see the chip that's in their head and see what they know.
I won't be doing that, but yeah, you can do that.
That's kind of cool.
That's really cool.
I won't be running it like
neat.
a hacker of any kind. I'll be doing Street Samurai, so I'll.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you'll be like the other guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can do all these crazy things, and just like such of the tech, I love seeing the technology because I read so many sci-fi novels based in the cyberpunk future, and it has so many Shadowrun was one of the originals to do like a D&D style cyberpunk style game. So
And
these
no
are all
one's
a lot of these are from that.
Cyberpunk anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
a lot of
no
these are
one's
from
doing
that.
enough
You can hack these things and then have them.
You can hack people and get in their head. You can actually, if a minute ago in this trailer,
Called an abusive relationship.
yeah. So if you saw the trailer a minute ago, she hacked. I think it was just before this. She hacked one guy, uploaded into the network, and caused the other guys that were about to attack her not to be able to fire their guns
I like that.
because she affected their neural network to not be able to fire their guns. It was actually really cool. How?
Now, this does look this does look cool. Like I just don't want. I'm afraid that when we get this game, it's gonna be like, oh, pick this, and this.
Well, there is a lot of
just to play as a character. I just want to drop in, pick a character, and play.
Well, there's a decision tree. Okay, so the one thing they pointed out at the very end of this trailer, because you saw so many decisions being made, that
No, wait. Let me talk about this thing because you've been talking about everything, and this is the thing that got me as hard can be. Okay.
Yeah.
If you watch that trailer closely, you'll notice that she had the option to pull her gun whenever she wanted off of the list, but it wasn't, like, for example, if you play Mass Effect, a dialogue thing comes up and nothing happens till you pick what you want. In this, the thing just kept playing.
Yeah, you have timer.
He decided, no, there was no timer.
No,
he decided to draw the gun when the dude turned instead of when it first popped up. Like, it gave him the options, but he just kept watching the what do you call it, the event happen, and chose when he wanted to make the choice. So he waited till the guy turned and then chose pull your gun so he could put the gun up and catch him from behind.
Yes.
Had he pulled his gun 5 seconds before that when the guy was looking at him,
he'd have been dead.
dude would have caught him most likely and the event would have went differently.
Yes.
The idea that the choices play by are just like stationary. You don't just the option doesn't come up and then you have to hit the damn button before it moves on. The event just plays out in whether or not you hit the button.
Yeah. So you can't sit there and just think about your decision. This is, you have to act like you're in the situation. You have to make that decision at the correct time, or hey, it's going to go one way or the other.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought that was
that
the
is
best
really
part
cool.
of the trailer. That got me psyched. The minute she pulled that gun, and I was like, wait a minute, did she wait? Did she delay the pulling of the gun until the second when he turned around instead of just hitting it? And then I realized it wasn't a canned animation. The dude just waited and let the guy keep talking and running his mouth until she saw an opening to do it. And so that got me sold immediately.
And the one thing I really liked is that bullet time. You inject yourself. I forget what they called it, and then you can do bullet time. Pretty much, you can jump in slow mo and like get around and start firing, which is really cool.
Which again, I won't be using because I'll be a street samurai. Talk about those swords and shit.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you're gonna be able to use the same thing. You can slide, you can dash behind somebody and slice them in half, whatever.
Oh hell yeah!
Cut their Ghiblis off.
Yeah, cut their Ghiblis off.
Cut their studio Ghiblis off.
Yeah. So in all, we cannot wait for the release of this game. And this, obviously, this gameplay, they said this is not in concrete. Things can change from here till then. So it's going to be absolutely
Is it
amazing.
single player or multiplayer?
It's a single player game.
Oh, that probably would.
I'm not
Well, we don't-
confirming
well,
it's single player.
as of
I'm
right
not
now, it's single
confirming
player.
that Because they bought, like I said, they've hired netcode people,
Yeah.
and they were talking about how they were looking into the idea of adding co-op in a post-patch. So anything's possible that you could see this getting a co-op version.
I would love co-op. I like co-op.
Dude,
Yeah.
that would be our like co-op conundrum for like 6 months. We would just play through that whole game, dude.
Yeah.
That would be so dope.
Yeah, as long as they don't put on some kind of system and it's going to screw up the game, yeah, it'd be great.
No.
Well,
And you have to
co-op
warn
is
you, Ben,
co-op.
there is going to be a lot of RPG elements. You have to select like all your gear. You have
Well,
to...
he liked Mass Effect.
Oh, okay.
Well, I can handle some of it, like I said, but like
Hold
the
on,
thing is,
don't say.
but the
Don't
thing
say
is,
okay, because Mass Effect is like baby's first RPG, so that might be like that is
I
nothing.
can handle like a little bit here and there, but like I said, like when we were playing like Neverwinter, where you had to select like that 10,001 fucking 10,001 piece tree just to level up one thing, and then you have to select this and do that, and by the time you're done, you're reading like a freaking dictionary of stuff. Like
You
I
have
don't
to
need
keep
that.
in
I
mind-
want to select a character.
That was
I
even
don't
too
care.
much
I don't
to
care whatever I upgrade. I don't care. I'll select whatever and blah blah blah. Put me in a match. Let me go in there. I want to kill. That's it. I don't
But you
care
have to,
about
you have to
shit.
understand.